Hello again, this is the Transfer Show. We're going to focus on Arsenal now and their interest in Real Madrid's Rodrigo. Mark, how much of a statement would...
To your question, Mike, Rodrigo.
Real Madrid offer £79 million plus 2 players for Arsenal star as Romano gives update. Arsenal have received an offer from Real Madrid for William Saliba as the Gunners continue to work on a new contract for the defender, according to reports. The Gunners have made some great progress in the transfer market this summer with Kepa Arrizabalaga, Martin Zubimendi, Christian Norgard, Noni Madueke, Christian Mosquera and Victor Gyökeres all signing. Arsenal could now look to move some players on before resuming work to improve the squad, with Brazilian striker Gabriel Jesus one of the players linked to a move away. Charles Watts, who has been covering Arsenal for years, has insisted that Mikel Arteta's squad is suddenly looking very bloated, and named 4 players could move on. Watts wrote in his Caught Offside column recently, "With all the new arrivals, the squad is suddenly looking very bloated, and Andrea Berta will be looking to find takers for players like Reiss Nelson, Sambi Lokonga, Fabio Vieira and maybe Alexander Zinchenko." Arsenal's centre-back William Saliba is certainly a player they would be reluctant to lose and are hoping to tie him down to a new contract as his existing terms end in the summer of 2027. Read: Arsenal keeper sell, Martinelli, Zinchenko gone but Trossard, Havertz stay. Asked when he was signing a new deal over the weekend, Saliba replied, "Hopefully soon. God is great." After Saliba's comments, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano gave an update on the France international's situation, with Arsenal sporting director Andrea Berta working hard on a new deal. Romano said on his YouTube channel, "William Saliba confirms, hopefully soon," when asked about a new contract at Arsenal. "Well, I can confirm that Arsenal's sporting director is working hard on this deal. Arsenal are prepared to accelerate talks with William Saliba. They've already started negotiations with his agents. Since Berta arrived, he has been working on extending Ethan Nwaneri, which will be official soon. Miles Lewis-Skelly is already official. For Saliba, contacts had already started before the summer transfer window, but now they continue. Arsenal are offering a new deal and have made an important proposal to Saliba. They hope to reach an agreement as soon as possible because they know of interest from Real Madrid. Madrid loves Saliba. Madrid would love to attack for Saliba. He is a player they have on top of their list, but Arsenal are showing their ambition. And Arsenal's greatest threat to Saliba signing a new deal could be Real Madrid, with Spanish website Fichajes claiming that Los Blancos have submitted a highly talked about offer of €90 million, plus 2 key players who could be key to closing the deal. The La Liga giants have added Arda Güler as part of the deal, with a loan that would extend until the end of the season, while the offer also includes Raúl Asensio, one of the jewels of the Real Madrid youth system. Asensio is a future investment that Arsenal wouldn't mind, and his inclusion demonstrates that Real Madrid is determined to complete the deal as soon as possible. Arsenal have not yet accepted or rejected the offer and are seriously considering it. The price offered and the players involved make the deal difficult to refuse. Victor Gyökeres makes one key request to Martin Odegaard after signing for Arsenal. "Fans will love it. Victor Gyökeres has finally signed for Arsenal and his debut could be just around the corner." Arsenal agreed a £64 million deal for Gyökeres to finally secure the potent number 9 Mikel Arteta has been hoping to sign for quite some time. It has been decided that Gyökeres will wear number 14 for Arsenal and follow in the footsteps of legendary forward Thierry Henry. Gyökeres' debut is expected to come against Tottenham in the first North London derby played outside of the UK. The Gunners are currently on tour in Asia, and the Swede has had the chance to finally meet his new teammates. Victor Gyökeres asks Martin Odegaard for some assists at Arsenal. Martin Odegaard has been great at welcoming Arsenal's signings to North London this summer, sending each new arrival a special message. Now, the Arsenal captain has done the same for the Gunners' latest recruit, Victor Gyökeres. The Norwegian midfielder told Gyökeres that if there is anything he needs at the Emirates Stadium to just let him know. The striker's response was quite brilliant and should get supporters excited. Reading Odegaard's welcoming message aloud, Gyökeres revealed, "If there's anything you need or any way I can help, just give me a shout." To which the Swede quickly replied, "Some assists, please, would be nice. Looking forward to working together and sharing success in the season ahead." All the best, Martin Odegaard. Odegaard is sure to be buzzing at the arrival of Gyökeres, as he could now have the chance to really boost his assist numbers with a proper striker leading the line. Last season, the 26-year-old managed just 8 assists in the Premier League, and he will surely be keen to make it to double figures next term. Martin Odegaard has combined with Bukayo Saka more than any other teammate. It is unsurprising to see that Bukayo Saka is the teammate with whom Odegaard has the highest joint goal participation throughout his career. The Arsenal duo have combined on 12 occasions in 166 matches together, with the next highest being both Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard with 7. Odegaard will certainly be hoping to surpass that tally with Gyökeres, especially after seeing the striker's insane goal-scoring record in Portugal. His record with Erling Haaland for Norway is 6 goal combinations in 37 matches. Jurrien Timber says Arsenal have some player in their ranks, and Declan Rice agrees. Jurrien Timber and Declan Rice send messages to Arsenal star after a brilliant performance in pre-season against Newcastle United. Mikel Arteta led his side to their second win of pre-season on Sunday, with the Gunners emerging 3-2 victors against Newcastle. It was Gunners wonderkid Max Baumann who helped win it. He won the penalty for Martin Odegaard to dispatch against Eddie Howe's Newcastle side. His performances have also caught the attention of his teammates, including Jurrien Timber and Declan Rice. Jurrien Timber and Declan Rice on Max Baumann after the match. The 15-year-old took to social media to celebrate the victory. He wrote, "What a night." Responses flooded in, including from teammates Timber and Rice. The Dutchman wrote, "Some player," and the Englishman put, 15 you know, referencing the ludicrous talent Baumann possesses at such a young age. Baumann has impressed in training, but now is showing he can do it on a big stage, all before he's even graduated from high school. Remarkable. He's going to be special, and that's something that even the Arsenal manager knows already. Mikel Arteta on special, Max Baumann. It is special, Arteta told reporters about Baumann's performance after the win over Newcastle. Obviously, what he's done today against this team in the time that he had on the pitch, it's something certainly not common to witness for a 15-year-old. So, we are extremely happy to have him. I think, again, the environment that is around him, his family, the people at the club, the academy as well. Super helpful because they put him into this position so early in his journey, having a real chance and a real presence when he plays for the first team. A new superstar arises at the Emirates. Baby steps. We saw how Odegaard was lauded at such a young age, and that was more detrimental than positive, so Arsenal fans need to be excited by Baumann, but not apply immense pressure on the young talent. Fabrizio Romano reveals what Andrea Berta now has planned to finally sort William Saliba's Arsenal contract. William Saliba's contract situation at Arsenal remains unresolved, but Andrea Berta is now on the case. Arsenal will be hoping to tie down their key defender to a new deal very soon, and the club's plan to do so has become quite clear. Andrea Berta is now working on a deal to get the 24-year-old to renew at the Emirates Stadium and is pushing for this deal to happen. Andrea Berta is ready to accelerate William Saliba's contract talks. Arsenal's sporting director Berta is ready to accelerate contract talks with William Saliba, according to Fabrizio Romano. The Gunners are keen to reach a quick agreement with the Frenchman over a deal, amid interest from Real Madrid. The Italian director has been focused on renewing other contracts before William Saliba's, such as Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Romano told his YouTube channel, "William Saliba confirms, hopefully soon," when asked about a new contract at Arsenal. "Well, I can confirm that Arsenal's sporting director is working hard on this deal. Arsenal are prepared to accelerate talks with William Saliba. They've already started negotiations with his agents. Since Berta arrived, he has been working on extending Ethan Nwaneri, which will be official soon. Miles Lewis-Skelly is already official. For Saliba, contacts had already started before the summer transfer window, but now they continue. Arsenal are offering a new deal and have made an important proposal to Saliba. They hope to reach an agreement as soon as possible because they know of interest from Real Madrid. Madrid loves Saliba. Madrid would love to attack for Saliba. He is a player they have on top of their list, but Arsenal are showing their ambition. Arsenal have been showing Saliba their ambition in the transfer window by the signing of Victor Gyökeres, Noni Madueke and Martin Zubimendi. Now, the North London club are hoping to speed up these talks with the 24-year-old and get his future tied down to a long-term deal. William Saliba comments on Arsenal contract situation. Saliba gave a brief word on his contract situation in North London after the Gunners' 3-2 win over Newcastle United in Singapore. The defender admitted that, hopefully soon, a deal will be agreed with the Gunners, which is great news for the club and their supporters. Speaking to about the situation, Saliba said, "Hopefully soon, God is great. Mikel Arteta will want Andrea Berta to fast-track Iberechi's deal after key weakness exposed against Newcastle. Iberechi remains a key summer transfer target for Arsenal and the importance of getting him in was shown against Newcastle United. Despite the arrival of Victor Gyökeres and Noni Madueke, the Gunners still want to add another attacker, with the North London club linked to several options. Appears to be at the top of Arsenal's list. Meanwhile, Rafael Leao, Xavi Simons and Rodrigo Goes are three other names being linked with moves to the Emirates Stadium. But after Arsenal's 3-2 win over Newcastle in Singapore, Mikel Arteta will now be pushing for Andrea Berta to sign at least one of those players. Ethan Nwaneri shows Arsenal need more reliable number 10 option. Ethan Nwaneri started in the number 10 role for Arsenal against Newcastle, but the youngster struggled to get a foothold in the game. The 18-year-old was withdrawn at the break and replaced by Martin Odegaard, as the Gunners struggled to carve out chances in the first 45 minutes. Arsenal led 2-1 at the break, but failed to create a single big chance in the first half, with Leandro Trossard also failing to make an impact on the left. But for the teenager, he showed that he might not be ready this season to be regularly featuring in a central role for Arteta's side. The Hale-End product had just 12 touches against the Tyneside club, whilst losing possession on 2 occasions. There's no doubt about his potential, but for now, his best position seems to be off the left, where Arsenal are now well stocked with Bukayo Saka and Madueke. During contract talks, TBR Football learned that Arteta promised Nwaneri minutes in the number 10 role. Without their captain in the team, Arsenal look devoid of any creativity in central areas, and there is an over-reliance on Saka to play this role. Therefore, signing an alternative option to Odegaard and a player who can also operate off the left wing needs to be a priority heading into the final month of the transfer window. Iberechi thinks he's joining Arsenal this summer. TBR Football understands that has informed his friends he's joining Arsenal this summer, with talks having taken place already. Arsenal could offer Crystal Palace Reece Nelson as part of a deal for the 27-year-old, although the South London club will surely want his release clause paid. Has a £60 million release clause at Palace, which the Gunners could attempt to negotiate on to secure a better financial structure for the deal. But, the England international would undoubtedly be the ideal fit for Arteta's squad, given his ability to play on the left of the attack and also as a number 10. Even Arsenal fans were impressed by relentless Newcastle gem during 3-2 win. He could save them £50. Arsenal secured a late win in Singapore to defeat Newcastle United 3-2 during a preseason friendly. Martin Odegaard's spot kick in the 86th minute won the game for Mikel Arteta's team following Mikel Merino's strike and Alex Murphy's own goal. Anthony Elanga and Jacob Murphy got on the scoresheet for the Tyneside club, but it wasn't enough as they slipped to defeat at the Singapore National Stadium. There were plenty of positives though for Eddie Howe's team, with one of his young players catching the eye of Arsenal's supporters. Arsenal fans were so impressed by Newcastle's William Saliba. Arsenal fans have revealed how impressed they were by the performance of Newcastle United striker William Saliba during Sunday's preseason friendly. The striker played 74 minutes as he led the line for their side in the absence of Alexander Isak. The Gunners' supporters have admitted they were shocked at how well the young Dane did up front and believe he is a player with much promise for the future. Should Saliba continue to impress during preseason, he could well save the Toon a fair amount of money in their hunt for a striker. Newcastle have been quoted £50 million for Young Wissa, as revealed by TBR Football, but that money could now be invested elsewhere if the 21-year-old continues to shine. Saliba was signed for £15 million last summer in a deal from Sheffield United, but he struggled in his first campaign at St James's Park. Playing second fiddle to Isak was always going to be a tricky task, and the youngster managed to make just 19 appearances. But after a strong showing against Arsenal, Saliba could be about to come into prominence in the North East, having left supporters on X impressed. One fan, Great player, seems like he's got all the tools necessary to excel in the Prem too. Really strong channel runner too, which has surprised me. I love young footballers who are relentless and up for a challenge. He never once shied away from Saliba, another Arsenal fan claimed. There was further support from the Gunners' support. I put the game on and Newcastle dominated, chance after chance missed. Saliba is getting dominated by Osula. Finally, another Arsenal fan stated, Newcastle don't need a striker, just play Osula, he's going to be a serious number 9. Isak's future at Newcastle remains in doubt, with Liverpool still considering a move for the Swedish international. The Magpies had been working on signing 2 strikers in case he does leave, but if Osula can break through this preseason, that would save Newcastle considerable funds. How Alexander Isak fared at William Osula's age. When Isak was just turning 22, he had just signed for Newcastle following an impressive campaign in La Liga with Real Sociedad. The Swede managed 10 goals and 3 assists in 41 matches for the Spanish club, earning him a move to the Premier League. In his debut campaign in the Northeast, Isak scored 10 goals in the Premier League, a tally which Osula should be backing himself to match. In August, the Danish striker will be turning 22, which is the same age, and he will be hoping to follow a similar trajectory to that of Isak.